that I have decided to leave teaching. So like in that, I was burned out. It was my second year of teaching, and I was in Ocean Hill-Brownsville, and it was crazy. And so, you know, I agreed with the goal, but there was so much division, there was so much contention all the time, and I said, okay, I'm going to leave teaching. Y Ángel, mi esposo, decía, pero Sonita, seguro que te quiere ir. You know, I love teaching. But yeah, I said, I'm going to leave. And I did. And then in the summer, they called me and said, a new school is starting, a bilingual school. Are you interested? Well, you know, the way that we used to be assigned is if you were assigned, you didn't get a choice. You didn't go for an interview. There was no such thing. You were assigned to a school. So this was the first time that you know, they reached out to, there were so few of us, Puerto Ricans and Spanish speakers.
Bilingual.
And yeah, who were bilingual, right, because that was the other thing. But in fact, in my other school, in Ocean Hill-Brownsville, I was the only Puerto Rican. And they said, what, where are you from? You're from Spain? My husband is from Spain. I am not. I'm Puerto Rican, 100%. You know, this is when people say, are you sure about that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so I had decided to leave because I was really unhappy. And I had wanted to be a teacher since I was 10 years old. And so I was just, you know, so disappointed. And then I got this call. He said, there's a new school opening up in the Bronx. Can you come in for an interview? I don't know if Hernan called me. I don't remember who called me.
Oh, yeah, I remember it.
No, you didn't. I think maybe it was the Board of Ed. I think it was the Board of Ed.
Yeah.
And so I went to the interview. And I always say that Hernan saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. Because I had this interview. It was, you know, he was very kind, very nice. He said, I have 2 questions. What do you think about bilingual education? I don't know. You know, I never went to a bilingual school, and I turned out okay. And I too, when I started school, I didn't speak English. I spoke only Spanish. And so, of course, it was that, you know, it's the way that we were raised. That, you know, that's how you think. Then the next question was, well, what about parents' involvement? I said, I don't know, my parents were never involved.
They were working.
Well, that's just,
And yeah,
yeah, that's right.
and I always said he hired me anyway. Because he didn't know me, but somehow within a month, I was so convinced that this is what I should be doing, that I ended up going into bilingual education. I mean, that's, you know, I studied, that's when my doctorate, bilingual and multicultural education. This was my life. You know? But, you know, when I first went for the interview, I didn't know anything. Who knew anything about bilingual education? You know, very few people. And, you know, it's like Evelina must have known that it was okay, but she didn't have an idea of how to do it either. You know, none of us did. We had books from Spain and from Mexico. And yeah, you know, books that had nothing to do with the lives of our kids. So it was a wonderful, incredible, growing experience. You know, and I'm forever grateful for it because I became the person who I am because of my time at PS25, the bilingual school.